Yesterday was a rough day on the diamonds, but that just means today we have to go and make it back. This is all in the game, so let's get after the best Moneyline Bet, NRFI Bet, Home Run Bet, K-Prop, and a 10-to-1 4-leg parlay at the end of the video. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and let's get into the best Moneyline Bet of the day today. This Moneyline Bet of the day will be part of the 4-leg game line parlay at the end of the video, so make sure you stick around for that. But the first leg today is the Kansas City Royals Moneyline at home against the Arizona Diamondbacks. We saw Kansas City dismantle the D-backs yesterday, and we expect to do it again today. Now, Jordan Montgomery is making the start for Arizona, and boy has he been bad this season. Looking at some of his advanced metrics, they're just not pretty whatsoever. 10th percentile expected ERA, 3rd expected batting average, 5th percentile in strikeout rate, and 34th in hard hit rate. He is not getting any strikeouts, he's not getting any swing and miss, and he is getting hit really hard. And his FIP is a 4.57, and he's getting killed especially by right-handed batters, a left-handed pitcher. And KC has a slew of right-handed batters in their lineup. And over the last 14 games, KC, 0.364 expected weighted on base against left-handed pitchers, just an 11.1 K rate, so they're going to put a lot of balls in play. They have an 828 OPS and a .200 ISO, meaning they're hitting the ball with power. Alec Marsh going for KC. He's not a great pitcher either, and as you can tell by this total being so high, he's in the 14th percentile expected ERA, 16th expected batting average, and 10th in barrel rate. But still, looking under the hood, he has a higher strikeout rate, a lower FIP, and he's actually been better in July, so he's been getting better as the season has progressed. Both these bullpens are not running too hot. They're two pretty bad bullpens. But we're going with the better offense at home today against Arizona. So that is the best moneyline bet of the day. Kansas City Royals on the money line. Now let's talk about the best NRFI bet of the day. We just need 6 simple outs for this NRFI to cash, and we're heading to Arlington, Texas for the White Sox at the Rangers for today's NRFI bet of the day. You have young sensation Garrett Crochet going for the White Sox, and the top of Texas's lineup has never seen Crochet. And Texas has struggled against left-handed pitching all season long, so this is a great matchup for Crochet. And looking at some of his metrics, he is absolutely electric the first time through the order. 1.42 FIP, a 41% strikeout rate, and a .180 batting average against the first time through an order. Now, Texas is one of the better first-inning offenses per game, averaging .54 runs per first frame, but this number drops to .47 when they're at home. On the other hand, John Gray going for Texas. Now, he's not a great pitcher by any means, but he's done well against the current White Sox roster. A 253 expected weighted on-base average and a 214 expected batting average and a decent sample size against this White Sox roster. And Gray, he is the best the first time through the order. That's when he has the lowest FIP. And the White Sox first inning offense is not something to be scared of. They average .32 runs per first frame, which is 29th in baseball. It does go up to .37 on the road, but it's still in the bottom third in the MLB. So that is the best NRFI bet of the day. White Sox at Rangers, no runs in the first inning. Let's talk about a home run prop of the day. Looking for the long ball today, I'm going with all reliable Aaron Judge to hit a home run at home today against the New York Mets. He's facing Jose Quintana, who has allowed 17 home runs this season, which is tied for the 4th most home runs allowed in the majors. 12 of those 17 dingers allowed have come to right-handed batters. His advanced metrics against righties are poor. He has a 4.93 FIP, a 4.52 expected FIP against righties. He allows a higher fly ball rate and a higher medium contact rate against right-handed bats. Now, Aaron Judge, we know what he can do offensively. We know what the power that he has. But going against Quintana, he's just 2 for 6, but he has a double against him, an average launch angle of 12.5 degrees, and an average exit velo of 90 degrees. And 9 of his 35 home runs this year have come against left-handed pitching. Judge also has never whiffed in his career against Quintana, meaning he is on top of the baseball, which is huge. And if Quintana is able to deal with Judge, the Mets bullpen have allowed 46 home runs this year, which is 8th in the MLB. So no matter what, Aaron Judge will have a chance against a pitcher he should be able to take advantage of and have the best situation against. So Aaron Judge to hit a home run is one of the best home run bets to make today. And also, Tuesdays are great days for home run props, as so many sportsbooks run promos for home runs on Tuesdays. So take advantage of those promos and bet on Aaron Judge to hit a dinger. Next, let's talk about the K-prop of the day before we get into the 10-to-1 game line parlay. If you want somebody to rack up strikeouts, look no further than Chris Sale of the Atlanta Braves to go over 7.5 strikeouts against the Cincinnati Reds. Yeah, this is a pretty high number, but Sale has done this in 56% of games this season and in 7 of his last 10 games. You take a look at Chris Sale's advanced metrics and you're just wowed. He's in the 94th percentile in chase rate, 85th in whiff rate, and 94th in strikeout rate. He is the premier strikeout pitcher in all of baseball. Cincinnati Reds, they have been absolutely struggling in the strikeout department, especially against left-handed pitching over the last 14 games. Looking back at those games, Reds have a 29.5% K rate against lefties, a 14.5% swinging strike rate, and a 29.6% chase rate. Those are two things that do not serve well going against Chris Sale. And the Reds really struggle against the sliders, and that's Sale's number one pitch and also his number one put-away pitch. They have multiple stars with over a 30% whiff and strikeout rate against the slider, so Chris Sale should be able to cruise over this number at home today against the Cincinnati Reds, who have been struggling to hit left-handed pitching. Now, we've all been waiting for the 4-leg 10-1 game line parlay. Let's dive in. Let's get after the 4-leg game line parlay of the day. This one pays 10-1 today. First leg, as always, includes the Moneyline Bet of the day, so the Kansas City Royals on the money line will be included in this game line leg. Second leg, we're heading back to Arlington, and we're backing the Chicago White Sox in the first 5 innings on the money line. I already talked about Garrett Crochet and how good he's been through the first time in the order, but let's look at Texas's lineup against left-handed pitching. Over the last 14 games, Texas has a .288 expected weighted on-base average against lefties, and they had just a 0.97 ISO and a 632 OPS, showing how this team is incapable of producing runs against lefties. They're not putting the ball in gaps and hitting doubles, and they're not putting the ball over the fence and hitting home runs. And this has been a trend for Texas all season long. John Gray is going for them. He's very hittable. Already expecting Crochet to suppress runs, and Gray is very beatable. He has not had a great season, so it may only take 1 to 2 runs to get this through for the Chicago White Sox to win in the first 5 innings. So White Sox, first 5 money line, second leg of the leg. Third leg, heading to Miami for the Orioles, Miami Marlins, and we're going with the first 5 innings over 4.5 runs. Orioles had the off day yesterday, and now they face Kyle Tyler. Tyler's making his 4th start of the season, coming off a solid start against Boston, but still allowed 2 earned runs. He has issues with walks, and Baltimore is not a team to give free passes to. Also, Tyler, terrible advanced metrics against left-handed batters, and Baltimore can stack left-handed bats with the best of them. So we expect Kyle Tyler to get hit around by this Orioles lineup, especially the lefties in this lineup. Albert Suarez is going for Baltimore. Now, he's been a really great surprise for the Orioles, but as the season has gone on, Suarez has shown more and more who he is. He has a higher FIP and xFIP on the road, and as the season has gone on, his advanced metrics have gotten worse. So I'm expecting the Miami Marlins, who's been playing good, solid baseball, their bats have been relatively hot, to be able to get to Suarez. We also expect Baltimore to get to Tyler, so that should easily get this game to over 4.5 runs in the first 5 innings of this contest. Last but not least, for the game line lay, taking the Minnesota Twins on the run line plus 1.5 against the Philadelphia Phillies. Now, Zach Wheeler's going. That's always a tough matchup, but Wheeler has worse advanced metrics on the road. His FIP and his xFIP both shoot up, and his strikeout rate goes down. Now, this Twins team has done a great job eliminating strikeouts, and yes, they're a little bit battered, and their lineup is not as good as it should be, but we're getting a 1.5 run cushion, and I'm projecting the Phillies just to win this game by 0.4 runs. Simeon Woods Richardson is going for the Twins against the Phillies, and he's been better at home this season. The Phillies' bats have not been hot since the All-Star break, and considering, again, the price and the line, getting the Twins at plus 1.5 is the best way to bet this one, so that rounds out the 4-leg game line parlay that pays 10-1. That will wrap up the card for the day. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys next time.